Now we're going to look at synthetic division to do the dividing. So remember, when we look at this, we are going to look at what we're dividing by. We have to divide by a divisor that looks like x minus c. Can't look like anything else. Has to be x minus a number. Okay, can't be 2x minus a number, can't be 3x or x squared minus a number. Has to be just x minus a number. Okay, and that number is we call just c. So this, we need to first identify what c is when we look at this. So c is equal to 4. Okay, so we're going to write then 4, put it in its little box, and then put a line. And we have to make sure that each of in our polynomial that we're looking at, that that it's in descending order, so the powers are going down, and that each power is accounted for. So we have our third, second, our linear, and then a constant. Okay, so each of them are accounted for. So we're going to write the coefficients on only the coefficients. So the first coefficient is 1, -6, 5, and then 12. Give yourself space between each of them. All right. So the first thing is the first coefficient comes down, 1. I take 4, I multiply it to 1, and it goes above the line. Then I add these together. -6 plus 4 is -2. So 4 times 2, or -2, gives me -8, which goes above the line. Again, I'm going to add these together, so that gives me -3. So 4 times -3 goes above the line, so that's -12, and we get 0. Box that one, that is your remainder. Okay, so remember that our degree of the quotient is equal to the degree of the polynomial minus 1. In this case, the degree of the polynomial is 3. So the degree of our quotient is going to be 2. Our quotient, remember this here, these are the coefficients of the quotient in order. Okay, so we're told that we have our quotient is a second degree polynomial. So if it's a second degree polynomial, 2 is its highest power. If it's in order, then this is the first coefficient of my squared term. So this means that q of x, that's a funny looking q, q of x is equal to 1x squared minus 2x minus 3, the constant term. Okay, you don't have to write that 1. You could just say x squared minus 2x minus 3, but just to show that that's where all of these are coming from, that -2 and that -3. Okay, now the goal here is to, again, we're trying to factor p of x. So as we just saw, for p of x, we can define it as a divisor, so x minus 4 times the quotient. So this is x squared minus 2x minus 3, and plus the remainder, which is 0. So this is really just x minus 4 times x squared minus 2x minus 3. But we know, we're looking at this, we can see that that is factorable. So x squared, so two numbers that multiply to -3, but add to a -2. So we have x minus 4, I have x plus 1, and then x minus 3. So now I've been able to factor p of x.